Hey, 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 my favorite entrepreneurs. What's up? What's up? How are you today? Tell me where you're tuning in. Type it below. I love to know where you are, what's your business, and what's the weather like today. I'm obsessed with knowing. You know why? Because I think it's so cool that we can be all around the world and be together at the exact same time. I have been virtual for 9 years. I know. Before it was the cool thing to do. And it just gets better and better. And if you're just starting in the virtual world, oh my gosh, it's a great time for you to start. You know why? People are going to give you grace. Can you imagine what it was like 9 years ago? And I'd say to someone, okay, so you're going to go to Skype. And they'd say, oh, no. The government's going to be watching me. I can't do a video chat. Like, guys, it was hard. You have it really easy, trust me, okay? So we're going to talk about something else today aside from virtual, and that is going to be about how you're going to close more sales now, fast. So let me ask you a question, and you can give me a heart, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Tell me if it resonates with you. Are you working a lot? Like, are you working so much that you're like, exhausted? Yeah. Are you like, sometimes do you just want to throw in the towel because you're like, this is too much? My bank account's not growing. Sorry, I forgot to turn my ringer off. And you're just spending a lot of time. Okay. I talk with a lot of entrepreneurs. Sorry, this was rude of me. I forgot to turn this down. I'm a mom, and just in case the kids' school calls, I always worry. Sorry about that. Okay. So I talk with a lot of entrepreneurs, and they're like, I'm just burnt out. Like, I feel like I'm giving it my all. I'm just going to maybe switch companies, switch brands. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to do something else. Guess what? Whatever you were doing with your brand or your creations or whatever, if you keep doing that with the next thing that you do, with the next brand you represent, with the next affiliate product, guess what? You're going to get the same result. Yes. So I don't think that it's necessarily the brand. So let's see. I do not sell this tape. Okay. But if I did, so let's say that I'm showing up and I'm talking about my tape all the time. Nobody's buying my tape. Try to give my tape away for free. Nobody wants the tape for free. So then I'm like, oh, must be the tape. Get some water. I'm going to sell this water. Everybody needs water. I'm going to sell this water. Can't give the water away. Oh my God, I'm going to sell this pen. I'm going to sell this pen. Do you see, guys? It wasn't the product at all. Okay. It's what you're doing to talk about the product. Yes. So think about that. So I want you to realize something if we haven't met before. So I am a professional salesperson. Okay. I was a professional salesperson before I became an entrepreneur. Well, I was selling, but I was an entrepreneur when I was like 14 or 15. But then I was a professional salesperson. Okay. Then I had my big businesses, my salon and my restaurant and my things like that. Right. So I understand the art of selling. But what I find, and tell me if this resonates with you. Oh my gosh. I'm streaming in a couple places. I see you like that. Okay. Yeah. So what I find is that people start a business because they love the tape, because they love the water, because this was the best pen ever. And they just believe that all they have to do is show everyone this is the best pen, this is the best hydrator, and this is the best paper fixer upper, and they'll buy it. What they're missing is the art of selling, the skill of selling. Okay. You could talk and talk and talk until you're blue in the face. That does not mean that you are going to transfer your words to dollars. Woo, that sounds like a course. Don't be stealing my words. Okay. So how do we sell more tape, water, pens, widgets, fidgets, hair products, weight loss, courses? How do we enroll more people? Well, you must ask strategic questions. Strategic questions. So let me explain what I mean by that. You do not have to court people. Maybe this is unpopular, but I want you to look at your bank account and I want you to look at your calendar. How many hours did you have these coffee talks? How many hours did you sit across from someone? How many hours did you spend with people who did not buy because they're going to use up what they have, or they never scheduled that next appointment with you where you were finally going to bring up the price? How many hours are you taking away from your family? Life is precious, right? Where you're not closing the sale. This is the thing. I believe that a lot of people have it backwards, that they feel that they need to be friends with people before they can bring up their product or service. Think about this. Have you ever really wanted to work with somebody? Oh my gosh, you just knew they were your ideal client, but you couldn't get the courage up. So you called them and you talked about the weather and you talked about their hair and you talked about everything else and you hung up and you're like, damn, I didn't bring it up. Okay, I'm going to do it next time. Next time, I'm going to bring them a sample. Okay. So then you go and you bring them a sample or you ask them to watch a video or something. Well, you're planning on it, but you don't. 6 months goes by and you're like, okay, I'm going to do it for real this time. I'm just going to mail it to them. So you mail them a sample. Okay, let's just say this. Oh no, hold on. My light just fell over. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Oh, sorry. I don't want to have a fire here. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I have this really tall light. We're trying to fix the lighting until we remodel. So I'm so sorry. It was going to like create a domino effect. And these are like huge fluorescent tape bulbs, I think. I don't know, but I was afraid they were going to explode. So sorry about that. Okay. So you get up the nerve and you just mail them a sample. And you wait. 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 And they don't call you and say they got it. They don't call and say, I love the pen, I love the tape, I love the water. They don't say anything. A year goes by. You see a social media post that they are now selling that same product. And you're like, I can't even believe it. I invest so much time into this. Did you really? I think you invested more mental anguish into this because you were building it all up. What if you could just cut to the chase in the beginning, find out if they're interested in your product or service, find out if they'd be a good fit, and then go from there? Why do you need to be friends with the people for them to buy from you? It's not about friendship. Would you go to your next door neighbor who's your best friend for your pap smear if they weren't an OBGYN? No. It just because someone's your friend does not mean that they are the expert with your product or service. Think about that, okay? So when you went to get your hair done, okay, for the first time, did you say to that person, now listen, we're going to need to chat about this. I'm going to make sure I like you. I need to know everything about you. Make sure I like you as a human before you color my hair. No. You went to the hairstylist because they're an expert, right? And they could solve the problem that you have. Maybe you were brunette and you wanted to be blonde. You know, we have more fun. That's what I hear. Although I've had brunette hair and I had a lot of fun. And red hair, and I've had a couple colors. So you know what I'm saying? Would you pick a brain surgeon, right? Because you felt like they had a great personality, or would you pick a brain surgeon because they had the skill set that you wanted? I think what needs to shift here is that you, my friend, need to show up as the expert that you are. It doesn't have to be all wishy-washy. You don't have to be like, hey, you know, I don't know if you ever get thirsty or anything, but if you ever get thirsty, I got this water. Don't worry. I'm not going to try to sell you anything, but you can just call me and I'll get it for you. Does that sound like an expert? No. But do you want to sound like an expert? Smash that heart button if you do. All you have to do is ask strategic questions that pertain to your product or service. It would go like this. Jen and I were sitting at our kids' soccer practice, and I say, hey, Jen, I see you're wearing your workout clothes. Did you join the gym? And she might say, yes, I just started working out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so great. I'm so proud of you. And I'll say, hey, so when you go to the gym, like, do they have like rehydrating products there? Look, listen, guys, I don't know anything about exercise. So if you're like, into all this, don't laugh. Just think about what I'm saying, okay? And or like whatever. Do they have drinks there? Like, what do you do like to get hydrated after it? Because you're working out hard, right? And she'll say, "Oh, I bring whatever water bottle I can find in my car." And sometimes when I leave there and I have to go run errands and I go to Target and then my calves are like aching, and I would say, "Oh my gosh, Jen, I don't know if I told you about this." But since you said that you have achy calves, that could be like an imbalance of your electrolytes. Maybe you're just drinking a lot of water. Are you chugging that water at the gym? She's like, I'm chugging the water at the gym. So you could say, hey, listen, I don't know if you want to give this a try, but it sounds like it might help you. So this is going to balance out your electrolytes. So after you work out, you're not going to have those leg cramps. Would you like to give this a try? She's like, heck yeah. Okay. So that's how you do it. You ask questions. I brought up the workout. She talked about exercising. I asked about the drink. She told me what's happening. She offered about the leg cramps. Had she not offered about the leg cramps, I would ask strategic questions. So maybe the solution has to do with leg cramps. Okay. So I would say something like this. Hey, Jen. Oh, that's so great that you drink a lot of water. I'm just wondering, like later on at night, like, do you ever notice you get like some leg cramps? Oh, come to find out, I do get leg cramps. Oh, yeah. So listen, I'm not sure if you're interested, but I have this rehydrator that's going to balance your electrolytes in your body so you won't have those leg cramps anymore. Would you be interested in trying it? She said, yes. Okay, now how do we weed out the people who are not interested? Maybe that's the only thing that my probably just dropped papers now. That maybe that's the only thing my product does. So here we go. Hey, Jen. Oh, that's so great that you're working out. Just curious, do you ever get any leg cramps or muscle cramps? No, never. Oh, okay. Does your husband, is he working out too? Has he ever said anything about leg cramps? No. Okay. Well, listen, I have this new product, and it's really meant for people who are exercising and get some muscle aches. When you're at the gym, if you ever chat with somebody and you hear them say that, would you mind passing on my number or share their number with me? And Jen's going to say, of course not. Okay. So that's how you ask strategic questions. Okay. So imagine if the scenario wasn't like that. And I'm sitting next to Jen at the soccer game and I see that she's working out. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, she's probably got some leg cramps. So now I'm going to be her friend. Oh, which one's your child? Which one's this? Which one's that? Blah, blah, blah. Where do you work? How long have you lived here? Oh my gosh. What's your favorite food? Blah, blah, blah. Next week, same chit chat. Next week, same chit chat. Okay, now they're going to have their team party because soccer is now over and I never brought up my product. Okay, so just paint this picture. So now I finally get the nerve up. I feel like she likes me and I say, hey, Jen, I know that you've been working out. Do you ever get leg cramps? And she's like, no. So guess what? I wasted all those weeks in my mind thinking she is going to be my best customer. Or the scenario could have went down. Hey, Jen, do you ever get leg cramps? Oh my gosh, I do. And I started selling this product because it helps with it. And it's the same one I have. Right? So think about those scenarios, okay? The art of asking strategic questions fast, weeding out the people who are not your ideal client fast is going to make you way more money, okay? The other thing is enough with the emotion. It is about solving a problem. Selling should not be based on your personal emotion. Okay. So if you're investing all of this time in creating these relationships in your head and believing that people have to be your bestie, have to like you to purchase from you, I'm here to tell you as sweetly as possible, you're wrong. Sorry. They don't. Okay. Have you ever purchased a TV from somebody? Do you know what their dog's name is? Okay. But did they have a TV that met your needs? They sold you a TV. I am in educational selling. What does that mean? That I solve problems for people with my products or service. I build a relationship along the way. Maybe you're building the relationship first and waiting to solve the problem, and then it's too late or they weren't interested. I solve the problem first. And as I'm solving the problem, then they decide, you know what I mean, if they're going to like me and be my friend and things like that. And just so you know, when I had my salon, people came in. I did the consultation. I asked strategic questions. I did their nails. They came in every 2 weeks, or they came tanning or got skincare, whatever. And that's when we became friends. And, you know, all these years later, 20 something years later, many of them are still my friends, but we did not have that relationship first. Okay. So let me know if I'm making sense. Tell me if I'm making sense. I'd love to know, am I making sense at all? Or does my head look like Beetlejuice? Okay. So I'm asking you to shift your thinking. I'm asking you, would you please just focus on serving? That's your job, is to serve others, to problem solve. In my mind, that's what selling is. We are problem solving. Find out what the need is with strategic questions and then solve it like vanilla ice. If you got a problem, I'll solve it. That's what it's about, guys. And how do I do it? I do it with a survey. It's very easy. Why? Again, it takes the emotion out of it. Okay. If they don't fill out my survey, they don't get an appointment with me. That's it. Okay. That means I'm not wasting time with people who are not interested. It also means that I can do this faster because they filled out my survey and they told me what they're interested in. Boom. I get on the Zoom. I say, okay, you said blah, 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 blah. Would you like to hear a tip for that? Okay, great. So this is what I recommend. And this is how much it is. Here's the link. And they typically buy right then and there. And that's what I want for all of you. I want you to spend less time working and more time making money. And if you're not money motivated, that's okay. I'm not either. Do you know what I'm motivated by? Helping others, by serving others. But the only way I can serve them is if they buy my product or service. The same thing for you. You could talk all you want about this water until the day they drink it and get that healing properties. You didn't serve them, right? So if you want to learn how that you can do this fast, okay, fill out my business survey, okay, ericavonline.com/survey, and I can give you some tips. Or if you want a spot in my upcoming workshop, it's called Master Surveys to Sell. You will make 3 strategic surveys based on your products. You will learn how to present effectively. We'll even do role playing if you are interested in. I think I have 8 or 10 slots left. It's going to be a small group. It will be on Zoom. If you're not a Zoom person, then watch the replay because you'll have lifetime access in my app or in my portal. We also have a Facebook community where we're going to share and do prizes and things like that. If you want to make a survey and know how to sell from it, that is the place for you to go. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. I can't wait to see your feedback. If it was, could you please share this video out? I would appreciate it. Remember, selling is serving. Focus on serving, friends. It's Erica V. See you later.